life changing 500 pin tata.
Every 5 kwacha bets on sports, aviator and casino games earns you a ticket into the Mabwana Mega Raffle.
Pale perana ma free bets kudi wonse chila mulungu.
As easy as 1, 2, 3, and all my clothes are squeaky clean.
Quick to remove the dirt and stains, and the fresh fragrance remains.
Never seen nothing like it. That's exactly why I like it.
So whether color white or black, it brings a new right back.
Aloha. Aloha.
Meet Lucy, a dedicated professional. Her days are filled with meetings and deadlines, but there is one thing on her mind: getting motor insurance for her brand new car.
But I need to get my insurance done though.
As Lucy begins her car journey, excitement fills the air. But she knows there is something crucial missing: safety and protection. The fear of being pulled over by traffic police looms over Lucy. She dreads the complicated and time-consuming process of getting insurance. Will she find a solution? Enters MGen on my WhatsApp. Just a chat away, this service transforms the way you buy motor insurance. It's not just efficient, it's also extremely convenient. With MGen on my WhatsApp, Lucy can now focus on what truly matters: her journey, her ambition. Insurance simplified. Text HI to MGen on my WhatsApp to easily buy, renew, or validate your insurance. When it's worth it, it's worth talking about.
It's lovely Monday, the 24th of March in the 2025. Thank you so much for making time to be with us on tonight's edition of Diamond Live. We come to your screens every Monday and Friday. We do nothing but break down the day's biggest news stories, and today is not any different. My name is Andrew Mwansa.
And my name is Chimweka, Chileshe. Great to be back. I haven't been on air anywhere, radio, TV. I've just been in the confines of my home because of this flu that has been going around, this flu and cough. I'm surprised you've survived this. What's been your secret?
Well, I wasn't in. I think the time that the height of the flu was Wolverine. I was not in. I just recently came back from where I went. But I did hear.
I know for a lot of people it's also because of the. I personally got it from. I think I got it from the kids.
From the kids.
Kids have been very badly affected. My son actually even spent a night in hospital because of it. And I know a number of parents have expressed the same, but it's been going around. So it's also just very important for people to just protect themselves, take care of themselves, and make sure they hydrate, they take vitamins, and just take care of themselves.
Coming up on the program tonight, we're going to continue the conversation around young people's involvement in politics, but we're going to take a different angle. The Upnd have been ones to push the agenda of youth inclusivity in decision-making processes. But we want to find out, just how committed is the UPND when it comes to adopting young people in elections? There's been over 40 by-elections that have happened from 2021. What does the UPND have to show for their commitment to inclusivity? And inclusivity, we mean young people, women, and those that are physically challenged. We're going to be speaking to UPND's National Youth Chairman, Gilbert, so to understand the processes and what particular policy directs them as a party when it comes to adoptions, because the complaint has been that young people often have been left out of the adoptions. But like always, we begin the show with Today in a Snap. So, but 2 weeks ago, Diamond TV did run a story of a young boy in should be in Mazabuka, if I'm not mistaken, who was shot in 2020. I think this was at the height of the gassing, incidents that were happening in the country, and he was shot. He was shot in the chest. Now, imagine since 2020, this bullet has been in his chest. The last time we got a report was that at the time that this boy was shot, when he was taken to the hospital, the medical practitioner said that the position of the bullet is positioned at a very sensitive area within the chest, and so they couldn't make an operation on him. And so what the parents were told was that he must come back, later on, so that by the time that they're coming back, the bullet would have moved from that location to a location that is much more safer. 5 years later, the bullet was at the same position. This shocked doctors because the assumption was that the bullet was going to move because obviously blood flows, and so the bullet was going to move, but the bullet didn't move, and this was very hard for that's a boy in the background. This made it very hard for the medical practitioners to operate on him. This story got the attention of Mwansa Hospital and government at large, and we saw today they did successfully, did conduct a surgery, and they operated, on this boy that had kept the bullet in his chest for a period of 5 years. It's
a milestone for the medical sector. I think we've been able to see this happen in different ways, whether we're talking about heart operations, surgeries, and so on, from the National Heart Hospital to scores that we hear, brain surgeries also being done. This as well. It's good that it has been that he was operated on, and they were able to get the bullet out. And the boy now can live without this. Which was obviously a concern for himself and his family, and it getting the attention it got. Yeah. So I mean, it's a milestone for the medical sector, and I think that's where the biggest point of reflection is here, because for a very long time we've been looking at our health sector. We have so many people who have ailments where you have to travel and spend much more money traveling to get medical attention outside the country. So when we get to see this, it also increases the confidence, not only locally but even internationally. If you look at even just tourism comes in different forms. Of course, we look at the the leisure side where people have their vacations and so on, but even just through, for example, the sports tourism, there's education as well. Health tourism. Our education has actually been doing pretty well as well. We've been getting a number of people from neighboring countries come to school here in Zambia. But if we can also capitalize on the health sector as well, that'll be something that we could be able to benefit from, and it's good that our medical practitioners have been able to successfully do this.
What was more miraculous around this issue is the fact that this boy was shot when he was only 10 years. So he's lived with this bullet for 5 years.
Yeah, 5 to 6 years, because that's what we're getting down.
And also the irony of this was that when the boy was being interviewed by our reporter in Mazabuka, Helga Chibwe, the boy said that the boy was living a very healthy life, The only challenge he had was that from time and again he had a bit of migraine, but not to an extent that it could make him very ill. What was shocking, Chimweka, is that there's something in your heart, in your chest, but you are living a healthy life. And I think the first time that we spoke about this story, the callers came in, and the only thing that they said is that there's only God who can really explain what happened when the boy was shot, and him getting to live for so many years with a bullet in his chest, especially that the bullet was stuck at a very sensitive position within the bones of his chest. And so some things are very difficult and very hard to explain, especially with with human knowledge. To take some special kind of knowledge to be able to understand this. I was about to get to the spiritual realm, but
it's important for us too as well, Andrew, because I mean, even with scientific evidence that we get, there'll be certain times where even the scientists will get shocked. People who have gone to school for this have been practicing for a very long time. And I mean, sometimes we've also heard from doctors who just encourage, families of patients to just get into prayer because some things just require divine intervention.
That's true.
This could be one of those. I mean, we're a prayerful nation,
a Christian nation.
Christian nation. I know that also leaves a lot of room for debate because of what happens in this Christian nation. But generally, based off what's in the preamble of our constitution and what we are what we've culturally been exposed to, is we do believe in a higher being, higher power for some of the things that we actually go through. I mean, we're a country where we literally also believe in praying for rainfall. You know what I mean? So
the economy as well.
The economy as well. So it's no surprise, and we cannot run away. I mean, personally, I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. We cannot run away from divine intervention also coming through.
For those that could have possibly missed the story, in our news desk at 8, this is a story that our reporter Helga Chiwe brought us.
A team of professional medical doctors from Mainasoko Hospital have successfully removed the bullet from a 16-year-old boy of Unkabika compound in Mazabuka district of Southern Province who has been living with it for the past 5 years. According to Dr. Michael Mbambiko, the position where the bullet got stuck was very delicate and miraculously missed the heart and other blood vessels and lodged deep inside the armpit. And the mother is very happy, thanking government and the medical doctors for coming on board.
Varumba maningi vahurumende mwandinga kuvura vachakuchita vaibhara rya kurumba rizilyo mwandifanira kusheya ngati vavura bhara kuti yakupere halindi kunza kuti twarumba twarumba tiyavaro mwandi kumbuzi vonse vovachita vonse kudzapehanya kwava vonse mwandi tupa kurumba twarumba vya maningi kavazumana nakuchita mbomnyoka.
This 16-year-old boy was shot while sleeping during midnight in 2020 by unknown criminals, and since then, he has been living with the bullet for the past 5 years until help came their way this week. And according to Dr. Mbambiko, the operation was successful and the boy will soon be discharged.
Well, that's a story that our reporter Helga Chiwe brought us, and we're happy that we, Diamond TV, are the ones that broke the story, the news, and government has come in to support and help this 16-year-old boy. When we come from this break, we're going to be speaking to UPND's National Youth Chairman, Gilbert Liswaniso. We're going to be asking him questions around the adoption processes, especially when it comes to the youth. We take a break. When we're back, we speak to him.
Senza di la musica To know where we're going, we must remember where we're coming from. Boom. Never forget home.
Wanna free bets? Follow these steps. Join 1xBet app. Confirm your participation. Bet on the correct match score. Get a free bet every week. 1x free bet. Active bonuses for active players.
Today,
start big
with Victory
Cornflakes.
Victory Cornflakes.
Start big. The end of your journey will be big. Stay on your feet. Chase to achieve. Give it your all and just believe that it's gonna be big when you start big. Victory Cornflakes. Start big today. Victory Cornflakes. Remember to always keep it. Do it. In whatever you do. Do it. Keep it. In whatever you do.
Today, the best maize grain Zambia has to offer are perfectly toasted into golden flakes that pack a big crunch. Today, start big with Big Tree Cornflakes.
Pascal's showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that the wells can store many, many messages. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded your contact center yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
The meaning of life is not to simply exist, but to move ahead. To rise up and achieve. To conquer. Introducing Kung Fu Energy Drink, your push for the next conquests. Kung Fu Energy Drink. Master the power.
Nafuti! Oh yeah! BetLions mabwana make a giveaway for matches now here.
Kuri okuwina Toyota Vitz abiri n'amashopping vouchers ni DVD.
Plus another lucky player kwenda bona
Life changing 500 pin tata.
Every 5 kwacha bet on sports, aviator and casino games earns you a ticket into the mabwana mega raffle. Wale perana ma free bets kudi wonse chila mulungu.
1, 2, 3, go!
Aloha. 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 Make fresh fun with Aloha. Just as easy as 1, 2, 3, and all my clothes are squeaky clean.
Quick to remove the dirt and stains and the fresh fragrance remains.
Never seen nothing like it. That's exactly why I like it.
So whether color white or black, it brings a new right back.
Aloha. 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 Make fresh fun with Aloha.
Well, thank you so much for still staying with us. Remember that you can be a part of the program by calling us on the number that is reflecting on your screen. Or alternatively, you can use our social media platform. That's at Diamond TV Online. The stream is live. I can already see some comments coming through. I saw one funny comment saying that you two should cut the program and go to Granddaddy's. I think Granddaddy's it should be closed by now.
They open on Monday. We need to counter check what the situation is.
But
I mean, it seems the youths love to go there, isn't it?
The youths have to go, and that's the reason for why we've invited the youth chairman of the Upnd. Now, allow me to read this. This was a Facebook post that was posted by Hagra Tembo in 2021. So he said, when I said that being a youth is never a qualification, they thought I was against them. However, I was merely encouraging them to look beyond what they see. Unfortunately, none of the young aspiring candidates in the Upnd have been adopted. The adoption process is never easy, and today is a sad day for us, the youths, because gaining recognition in major political parties remains a significant challenge. Now, the experience of this gentleman reflects the broader concerns of many young people who struggle to secure adoption as candidates in the elections. Now, with the growing youth movement and increasing calls for inclusivity, will political parties prioritize the representation of young people, women, and persons with disabilities when we come to the elections that are slated for next year? And this is the reason for why we are now joined in by the Upnd National Youth Chairman, Gilbert Liswaniso, to understand the party's position when it comes to the adoption of women and the young people. Thank you so much, Chairman Liswaniso, for making time to be with us on tonight's edition of Diamond Live.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Chimweka. I will take him into, how do you call it?
Granddaddies.
Granddaddies.
According to the message there, perhaps the youth chairman
Yes,
could lead us to...
I'll lead you there.
Would you encourage the youths to
Granddaddies.
Find themselves in such spaces?
But that's why we found all of us. If you want to provoke them, touch there, you see.
Yes, something else.
But welcome back. I think at the time that we're calling to invite you for a program, you are on your way from Western Province, into Lusaka. And I've noticed that you've been frequenting, Western Province and particularly, Mongo. What's there that you've been going to see?
Especially that I've gotten some reliable information that he'll be there next week. Is that true or false?
It's true. I'm going there back.
So you'll be back in West?
Yes.
That's where the second home is. What's that?
First of all, I thank you very much, colleagues, and also to give us an opportunity so that we can share a few things with the people of Zambia, especially the young people, the owners of this country. Going to Western Province, it's part of my routine as the National Youth Chairman. And number one, you need to understand that Western, Southern, Northwestern, Central, Copper Belt, Sakaruro, these have stayed with the party for a long time. Okay? And there's been a lot of expectation in not knowing that these are the same people who convinced other regions to vote President Hakainde Hichilema. Now, in terms of development, this man, they have married to the people of Zambia. He has distributed the resources equal in all the constituencies, and it is us people now to ensure that we bring out our issues within our communities, our constituencies. That is number one. Number two, the free education itself. But for us now, because there is an issue of complaining of we leaders not visit, you can give development, but if you don't visit them, we've realized that we need to go back to our people to tell them that now, this, we need to move together, all of us. So the complaint has been very real. I want just to admit it, because if we leave it empty the way it is, we may have a voter upper side at the end of the day, even when we have delivered it, development. So now is to talk to that. We move together as a nation. Yes, what the people of Eastern Province are saying, Northern, Muchinga, every Copper Belt to Lusaka, we need to carry them on board all over. So it is us. President Hakainde is busy, and will remain busy. But also we, leaders, ministers, we the party leaders, we should ensure that we take this man to the people. We should find, no matter what, we should find time to go, he visit people, he talk to them, so that we carry them on. But if it has been a complaint, so in my calendar through our youth wing, we've said, I'll start with Western Province. So I'll be done with Western Province, if not mistaken now, by 7 April, 8 April, I'll be done. And then I go to another province. And I need to do all the 10. You remember what I did after winning, maybe 2022. I went to all the districts across the country. Maybe it's only 8 districts which I never went. But I think I did a 108 district by visiting all these people across the country. As the National Youth Chairman, I visited so to prepare the youth wing, what they're going to find, the difficulties. We're now in government. There are a lot I spoke to the young people. In my meetings, others hated me. Others today they appreciate me because I prepared their mind for the future, which is good for me. So even now, we are going back to our people to ensure that they listen. We move together with them. I've said, in terms of distribution, in terms of development, are kind of shared equally, all of us.
So it's not that you have intentions to stand as member of parliament. Others believe that you want to run in Mongu. It's none of that.
If I want to stand, why should I hide the people of Zambia if I want to stand? Not that it will be a great of certificate, but I'm not standing. Our responsibility as the youth, especially us, is to ensure that we sell the product. Which is that product? That is my product. That is my constitution, my constituents. That's why we are promoting him to ensure that this leadership builds a better nation. So we cannot, all of us, we go to stand as members. They're there already. tickets there. If you want to stand, we'll tell you, not now. 2031, if you want to stand, yes, we'll stand. But even 2031, the way I'm saying it, as long as Kainde is going, even me, I'll resign. I'll stop politics. And I've said these things many times.
So does this mean
people don't believe that?
Does this mean that your service is based off President Hakainde Hichilema, or is it for the good development of Zambia? Because when President Hichilema is out, you're out as well.
That's why you are there. It's to live for other people to do it also. I've been doing this kind of politics from when I was 22 years. Up to date. Community work, the good part of this young man you are seeing, Liswaniso, I've been doing community work, that is number one, and then politics. That's why I find that I'm hard when I'm talking, because first of all, I speak what happens in our compounds, day in and day out, because I understand them, because we want to see the face of our community to change. Now we have a leader also who is a community leader, President Hakainde Hichilema, who understands the challenges of our society at that grassroots level. So ours now, we have identified this volunteer now, is to support him so that he can reach out in all the corners and leave a good foundation and to see development in our areas. So far, for me as an individual, I'm a disciple, a missionary for Hakainde Hichilema. And the foundation Hakainde is making for this country is the best for the next generation and for this generation.
Have you started early campaigns, Chairman Liswaniso?
Campaign started after 2021. Started campaign. So we campaign every day for the next election. So when you see the opposition are speaking, they are campaigning. Here I'm campaigning. So whatever we are doing, we are campaigning. So no one should cheat you that we are not. All of us were campaigning, but it's how you yourself are prepared. I'll give an example. Have you seen how in Chola ceremony? Immediately today, they feel the second day that they're talking about it, the next in Chwala. Same with the Komboka ceremony. Today, the ceremony is done. The following day, they're already talking about the next ceremony. That's how it is.
Because
even us as a party UPND,
I asked that question because after the 2021 elections, you and President Hakainde Hichilema said you are preoccupied with delivering development to the people and you're not preoccupied with the next election.
And I agree with you, and I have agreed with that. Although that is ours. We haven't taken too much politics. The issue is to deliver. We are not fearing about 2026. But the nature of our job as politicians, including him, President Hakainde Hichilema, every day whatever he's doing is campaigning to the people of Zambia. It's politics.
Speaking about politics.
So ours we are campaigning, but the focus of campaigning is to deliver to the people of Zambia the free education,
But just,
CDF itself,
just on that,
the cash for work. You talk about the rule of law. All these things part of
and just on that point, on the rule of law, because from what has been happening, and if you look at even just the number of engagements that the opposition have had, there's been a lot of concern around that, and it's been also highlighted by people who observe externally or look at what's happening in Zambia. And as it commonly happens when these people want to have an engagement, want to have a gathering, they'll be told by the police that they pretty much cannot go ahead. So how do you think this is going to also be managed?
Today I want to
show democracy and people's
Today
freedoms?
I want to tell you that even the opposition, they're happy. I'm seeing, I watch here, you see us, I saw in social media where the opposition have got engagements. Not a rally, but within the communities, the branches, they're talking to each other.
But you're holding rallies yourself.
Those are,
the videos in
those are
Western
polling
Province.
stations. Those are polling stations. Me, my poets are done at a polling station. No one has stopped anybody. I've told you already.
Do you think the same leverage could be given to
another
an opposition
political party
leader?
in Kanyama where they were being an engagement with Opasa Naonga? That's politics. Who stopped them? No one stopped them. If it was very 20, so if they're going to be 50, 100, it's about engagement. Those are branches. So for me, when we go out with a team as UPND, we do because we are good on that one. We're not good in rallies as UPND. You should understand that we are coming from, for 10 years, we could not hold the rallies. It's about door-to-door campaign. And that's how we work. So it's about engagement. And I want to tell every political party in opposition today, they are having similar meetings like we are having also as UPND. Mwansa, even tomorrow, the other day, I'll invite you to say, let's go and check what is happening. Are you getting the point? Every political party, they're doing those engagements.
But do you think the opposition would even be allowed to have a gathering, for example, as President Nijilema at the UPND had in Kabwe, or even just, for example, in Dola constituency recently with the Member of Parliament, Mr. Mseva, Frank Tayali. Do you honestly see this happening for the opposition?
And I'll tell you, the difference are two things. The party UPND is mobilizing every day. The opposition are still organizing their political parties.
What do you mean?
They're still putting their people in order. Wakaliwa ngono. Ulibe leadership ni manyengwe mu opposition. Nuuzo kahayangala bonzo wetamche manyengwe bonse waje. Wakalibo fika hapo. Andrew, and I want to say this, and you should hear me nicely on this one. Nima wauza anzanga wali mu opposition. Ukaenda kudia nsima nao. Andrew Mwansa, wali mu opposition. Aliyesa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wakosa kugula mbale 1-1 wakudia 1-1. Nima wauza imufuna ufuna government mkudia 1-1 mbale mukadipatali.
Wafunga kudia bwanje.
Ni house mukamba kudia group sima imoze. Then I can say now we are ready to form government. It's not easy. Don't be cheated. Don't be cheated.
Okay,
so the message I want to say that all these things we are seeing, if we are mobilizing, and that are still putting their party in order, they still have time. They still have another 10 years for them to start mobilizing.
Let's get to the issues that we've had.
I'm getting the point. So the president to go with the head of state, that one he will go because he has to put all these policies, announcements, he will do. And people will go in numbers.
We've heard President Hakainde Hichilema speak on so many platforms, and he paints a picture that the young people, he cares about the young people, and he wants the young people to be in leadership. Just yesterday on Costa, I was interviewing minister responsible for trade, commerce and industry. He's also a ministerial media member, Honorable Chimweka Mlenga. He was telling me of how passionate the leadership of the UPND is, about the young people. But I would like to find out whether this passion that you have, about the young people is being exhibited when you are considering adoptions for these young people. Because even the adoptions we've seen from these recent by-elections we've had, I've personally not seen a young person, that you've adopted, especially at parliamentary, level. I would like to understand what the policy of your party, Chairman Liswaniso, is when it comes to the adoption of young people in an election.
First of all, Mwansa sinza muhenza kambirangani. Very interesting. President Hakainde Hichilema, number one first, he has a heart for the young people, especially these young people. Many times I've come to say that this man Hakainde is creating a foundation for us, the young people. That's why in every speech, whatever he says, the young people, the women, the young people, the women. You should listen to him every time. He doesn't miss his twice. So it's creating a foundation for us, for you, Mwansa. It's not waiting for tomorrow. The question is, are we participating as young people? I know you are focusing in only to do what with candidate as a councillor level. 2021, the majority were councillors that were young people. The people of Zambia trusted us. Today was resigning to go to specialized job. Are they not the same young people? Are the youth themselves? Look, let's take responsibility also, even us. And I'm jumping on this one, I'll come back. Let's talk about the young people who have been given opportunity there in Parliament. Munia Zulu, Nkana MP Mpundu, Kafinsa, Mengana. I'm just asking, I'm just pointing this, which are, these are young ones.
And by the way, none of these people you've mentioned are even from the Upnd.
No. I've got Kangombe. I can tell you there's Kangombe. I'm telling about this, we're talking about now the young one. We talk about young one, go to the opposition, the room, we're just the same. What we are demanding here, the young people, all of us, and what our kind is doing, not doing for opposition or for the ruling party, is doing for the nation. But it is you and me, where do I want to go and participate? Either in ruling party, opposition, independent, it's up to you. Are you participating? The question is, are these people represented as nicely in that parliament? Because you could see another woman in the same parliament standing up. We are not going to allow this. This is the woman who's supposed to carry the youth. So you and me should sit down. Let's not blame first a woman, because these are our mothers. But we should sit down as the young people. Are we representing our people nicely in that parliament? These who came from 2021. So we have a lot to do. President Kainde is planning this foundation. For me, as the National Youth Chairman, I would want to see a lot of young people.
So you're saying Benwa Mpundu, Munia Zulu.
I've mentioned
these have been a disappointment according to you.
I'm asking if a woman in that parliament can wake up to say, we can't allow this. It's a behavior. Are you getting the point?
No, our argument is that these people will come through and take the positions of those who are already existing in the National Assembly.
It is the way
that was our argument.
It's the way we have represented ourselves as young politicians and our youth.
So you're saying she's got a point? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying this thing, the good part of me, I've told you I'm in two sides. I'm a volunteer, I'm a politician. And I'll speak the way things the way they are.
Mm.
Okay?
So are you agreeing with that point?
It's helping. Yes, I'm agreeing with that because the behavior of us, the young people themselves, are we participating? Because you just want to come say, no, adopt me. Are you participating at that level?
But don't come on. Mr. You have a number of young people who we can even name who have been very active.
I'll give you which are active.
Have made their intentions known. For example, in just Zimbabwe Central, for example, Don Mwenda.
Let me tell you, I'm coming there. I'm coming there. I've said I'll give you two answers. It's helping all of us. Because I have no issue with President Kainde Chilema now. Because I said we need to move in this way, the women and the youth, because he is creating this foundation for us. It's not looking about today, or we should wait. No, it's saying you are the future. We are almost done, most of us elderly. It's now your country. But when you see another woman who is our mother, these are the one who got a lot of changes speaking that way. We should reflect also even us as young people, the youth. Why is this woman saying like that? That parliament, there are a lot of young people. There's Kangombe, there's Kakubo. There are many young people there. Are you getting the point? So I'm asking this question that we should also reflect as young people as we want now to participate in the mayor, council chairman, MP, and councillors. Let's talk about the councillors themselves. All this by-election, Muntu, Abuela, if you don't call a councillor, because I get 12 certificate. That's why I don't like it. I don't want it. Don't bring papers into leadership. It's a service. But people were getting those adoption based to go and get a salary, not to give a service. Let me give an example. At Mwansa here, we have lost our sister there. You want to stand as area member in Munari. You want to become a councillor. What have you done, you're a leader, to go to that area, to participate in anything? Even when they want to bring, are you able to come with the situation? Are you participating? Muzanga, what is in politics? The very paper we see now.
So these young people haven't been participating?
A lot, the young people, most of them, they don't participate. Okay? In the program, because the politics because number one, every political party is not about a councillorship, it's about forming government. So are you part of the people to make the party popular in that area they can pick you?
How important?
So there are many things.
How important is money and finances also in being on the ground? Because
you have to spend on the ground.
You talk of, for example, when it's a funeral, maybe other people you have to maybe donate. It's a casket or bags of meal and so on. So how important is having money? So the issue if you want to be a part of community leadership?
The issue is at a community level. That's what I've said. Even somebody don't have money, as long as you have been seen, you are there. Helping the community there, people come for you and give you a vote. But Chimweka is a milestone wakulu resign, we need to party. Even you, the two, even if they malamuna pachinje you need to go per ground. Taona pa Chimweka na Andrew nindana ali popular. Wamene anga ite adi vote kusogolo. So ngai mwabili simu kwa nisa ati the crucial vote. For sure, it is not very popular.
But is
so the two of you, you need to be popular on the ground. You need to be active there. Yes. You have pointed a lot of young people within the party to be there. But you find that maybe it's only known in one word or two words. You need to add numbers. It's not easy. I want to tell the young people here that for me, whatever President is champion, even me today, I'm saying I want to carry more of the youth. Bring as many ideas on the table. I'm ready to match with you to go President. This is what the young people want as we are doing this. I'm ready to do that. I want them. Because they're the owners of this country.
You're privileged, Chairman Liswaniso, to serve. You're privileged to serve in that position as National Youth Chairman, to oversee the affairs of the youth. What have you done in your individual capacity within the UPND to ensure that the agenda of the youth is prioritized? Even in the National Management Committee, when you sit there, what are you doing to ensure that the youth are considered first when it comes to decision making?
When you see the President is talking about the youth, the women, the youth, meaning we are talking to him. We're advocating for the young people. I think all of us were focusing on the just to do with adoption. What about
this is a current hot topic in the country.
No. The specialized one, also the more important. There are only 156 constituencies. Okay? So the special who's supposed to go and start change to help in the government, this institution, to deliver to the people of Zambia. So me, I'm not only about on the candidates. I'm looking at the bigger picture.
But you need to understand the reason why young people want, whether it's in parliament or it's in ministerial positions, because these are decision-making positions. If you talk about in the National Assembly, you're part of law formulation, and you're keeping these checks and balances, even to the executive who are policy makers. So you can understand why, because the young people want to be in the forefront of the national decision making, not just at branch level, at constituency level within a party, but national decisions being made.
And I'll answer in this way. For me, I'm advocating both. I need a leader, a politician, a policymaker who can influence policies, a political way, and also I need somebody who accelerate the work at the grassroots level, there in that institution. So I marry them, the two.
But in this case, you can also agree that there's only one happening here,
now,
right?
It's going to be one, but we are moving together. As we are, tikamba vonse viviri vinga vaenda pangati pamoja. So for me, President Kainda has done, when you look about even councillors, there are a lot of young people within Upnd councillors. You can take the deputy mayor, those are young, okay, for Lusaka here. Those are young ones. Your colleague, Mpondo, that is Chainda, Mainga, here. I can mention, we talk about Muzango, Roma Ward. These are young ones, most of them. Mugaden, saying the PF, the young ones, all of them are there. Why is that these guys that have been participating at the grassroots level? They were just not being adopted because they've been there. But again, there's another crop just because of what? A grade 12. But advertising Chito, Asia. So we are leaving people supposed to do the work. That's what I'm saying. If you really want to become an area councillor, a member of parliament, maybe what I could say, what I'm trying to tell everybody, Bwerani, Kuli Munzano National Chairman. Just from there, you want to become a member of parliament. I've seen, I've asked almost the young, after this topic, I've got almost to 60. I was telling never, just ask a question. You want to stand where they mention a constituency? I just pose a question. How many polling stations are that constituency? He doesn't know. How many wards doesn't know? And I ask you, how many churches are there in constituency? But I ask you those questions. He doesn't know. And I ask you, how many bars are in those areas? How many facilities of the school you have there? How many clinics? He wants to stand because it's popular on the Facebook. I'm asking this question that I don't understand. So for me now, I'm appealing to you. I'm afuna kuimilira alliance. Bwerani kuno mte consult for free. Kuli Muza National. I will tell you how to move in this or this constituency. And for the better for you. But the main focus I want the young people to understand, Muzekuti, every political party kamena uzaenda. Chito ya political party, either ruling or opposite, is to form government. Is to make that political party popular. Iyonkani mwenga mweziwa. Wamena ujoina, wenga kuza kuti, kwa meni enda kufeso of one number one chito yanga, ni kumeka chipani, gafuna mkale independent inkala.
We've got online the 2021 mayoral aspirant candidate for Ndola, Ellington Chimweka. Thank you so much for making time, Ellington, and joining us. What's your contribution to tonight's edition?
Good evening, panel, and good evening, our National Youth Chairperson. Sir, welcome back to Lusaka. You are doing a good job. I want to acknowledge the fact that Zambia is a very small country that is trying to develop. And also, I want to acknowledge that the future of this country, as at now, is in the hands of the people who are calling youths. Myself, I'm a young person, and I want to agree with the national chairperson that what the president is doing particularly is not for the people of today. You must also take in account, panel, that every 4 years, there is a Zambian young person that attains the age of the youth. Every 4 years or every 3 years. So if we are talking about takeover of governance affairs, which is very critical, by the way, we need to prepare. As the chairman has stated, we don't just wake up today and say, I want to be a leader. From community, you have to take responsibility. And I am happy that the chairperson for youth affairs has indicated that even through adoptions, he does not want to hear the issue of grade 12 certificate. Anyone can attain a grade 12, but a true leader will be seen from the way that they carry the people in their community. We as young people, I want to emphasize, as the president has always done, let us take keen interest in these affairs, because when the time comes for our elderly leaders to leave room for us, we should be ready, and we should start now. So I just want to congratulate our national chairperson. He's doing a commendable job, and I want to thank you panelists on Diamond, for having to accord this. My appeal is that you call on more young people in this country from all walks of life, and even the opposition, to share their own view on how they plan to govern this country, should they be given the opportunity.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Just on his point there, and him emphasizing that President Hakainde Hichilema is committed to ensuring that young people are part of, decision making in this country. How do we prove that? When, if we look at even again, we'll make reference to the National Assembly. The president has the power to nominate 8 members of parliament. If you talk about, you may argue, like you said, at constituency level, maybe others are not as popular, but the president has power to nominate. If you look at what happened, even just in Botswana, the recent elected president, Namibia as well, they have appointed people who are young, actual youths, and that's another conversation we need to have, because like the Chiengi member of parliament was mentioning, some of the people want to use the word young and to run away from the word youth, because sometimes people make reference to people who are young but are way above 35, and not even youths in the literal sense. But getting back to my question, how do we prove that President Hakainde Hichilema is really committed when, even just from the nominated members of parliament, we don't see this get to happen? Could it also be because he's got so many people he needs to make sure benefit and have been a part of the struggle to form government, and he has to make sure that they are set?
My answer is very simple. It's not about you are young. It's about what you are bringing on the table. Man, let's be serious. We are youth here. The good part of it, the door is open and it's preparing for us. And I want to agree with the caller here, Ellington here. I know he's aspiring as a mayor in Ndola. Please continue working, because under my office, I know my president has told, I'll give you more numbers, but also help me to come up with a number of disciplined young people, loyal young people, very hardworking people, committed to serve the people at that class. That's what I want also as the national chairman. And I want to tell Ellington that continue with your work. Everybody wants to stand on Upnd as long as you are young. What I've mentioned here, know your area, the constituency, how many bars are in your area. Know them by name. Influential, non-influential. Know how many manyumba panga kachaso in your constituency. Pamina panga munkoyo, bazibe. I'm just being honest here. Know how many shops are in your constituency. If you're a real leader want to serve, know how many schools are in your constituency. How many teachers, police post, police. These things will help you. Know how many polling stations you have in your constituency. Know how many wards, churches. Once these you know them now, we can now go forward, and you know how to reach out to the people, how to work with the people at the grassroots level. You may not have money, but I can tell you through your participation, there's some people who bring you at that level.
Now get to my question.
Now,
on the president's will.
So the appointment, first of all, let's talk about first councillors, most of them the young people within the UPND. When we talk about mayor, most of them the young people. When we talk about DCs, a lot of them the young people. I'm giving these examples. Two, when you tell that, yes, appointment, the young people, I've never given you. The young is not about 35. We are more than, even me, I'm not a youth. I'm just in charge of you. So that you don't go down the grading every day. That's my job. To tell a person ngaende wapembekezela first. Ungaende kunyumba first. That's my job.
Don't run out from the question, Chairman.
No, it's a very valid question.
It's a valid question.
Maybe I can remind you. Maybe I can remind you of the appointments that the President Hakainde Hichilema made.
No.
He's made Doreen Mwamba.
Let me tell you.
Charles Melupi.
Felix Mtati. Mtitamazoka's mother.
Elias, the SME minister.
Yes.
Okay, but that's besides
Let me
the point.
tell you.
Because
I'll tell you inside that.
No. Just before you answer, if you look at, we've got examples of even just neighboring countries here. They've been very deliberate about it. That even if they say we want to have at least one young person in the executive. By the way, these are ministers, not just members of. They are ministers.
Let me tell you. When you look about even the money the person interviewing yesterday here Chipoka. Wana munga na 50 years uja. Ni mfano. Huh? 41, 42, 43. Mpondo 42, 43. Some women. The person you are interviewing yesterday here, most of them they are young people. Ni matopijabe. I got the point. No, I'm just telling you. Now, yes, I point them. Now, look, Manchester Asiana. When you go outside, when in the diaspora, when in the as commissioners, ambassadors, press aid, you talk about. I can go interview among my young man, on in my committee. I've got Cindy, I've got Kapusa. These are young ones, all of them. I've got Amina Banda. Had Pamela, you know Pamela, all of you, part of you, okay? Magdalena Banda, a lot of them, of young people have got Mana Kayaya, a lot of young people have gone, Anthony has gone, a lot of young people have gone, Kajira, you know, Kajira has gone, all these are young people have gone. So it's different how Akainde was positioning us in different areas. A cream of young people, even look at Vina there at State House. Your two colleagues, you, Museveza and Mwinga. Let's talk about Chipo Mwanawasa. Let's talk about Chimunya, Kuligo. Let me talk about Christopher Mdi, advisor to the president. When you go to state, there are young people, most of them. But again, the old ones, no, it's grooming a nation. It's grooming these young people. So I'm giving these are sensitive points. When we talk about PSS, let me just talk about specialized position. Apamanje manje or seeing ma PR kwa press room gane ma ministry here Diamond TV I can say one Chimunya so nampasa njito. These are young ones. Those are influential position. The other one from here winangwa kuku. Okay, because even you have seen your appointment together with Andrew.
It might be revoked.
No, it can't be revoked. You are going. The national chairman here. So we can count all these big positions. These are influential positions.
But my question is this.
Do you know why I'm emphasizing?
I'm chairman.
Okay. You got Mapush. You got Naomi. Okay? Let me talk a PS deputy. These are young ones.
I can even help you with more names.
I'm just pushing one to understand that how Akainde has given us opportunity to ask the young people. Okay? Now Tita Mashimba, you talk about Kamenga, you talk about Munakampe here.
But
my
question for you is very simple.
So when you are saying that Akainde is not giving opportunity to the young people,
my question for you is very simple. Especially that you're national youth chairman, does your role stick to the definition of youth, the general definition of youth, where it's the global definition, the Zambian understanding of the word youth? Because there's an age limit to it. There's an age limit to it. So maybe let's start from there before I even ask my next question. As the youth chairman, when you say youth, what's the age range? What's the age group of the youth that you supervise?
Thou
shalt watch over.
Be a youth chairman in charge of them. Kulibet needs to tell just in charge. Because most of you today, of the young people supposed to read you, others are still at school. Your parent will tell you that also politics. I want to tell you this. Osaenda vijama politics here. So nunga drama. Nivaupua. I've gone through that myself. Okay?
But no, it's not about you. It's not about you.
No, I'm giving you an example now.
The young people that you supervise.
For me,
what's the age range of the people that
you... Me, I'm in charge of the young people. We have 45, we pass by 18. Now in the 12, I'm in charge. The baby work in charge. Chairman. And if you don't work extra hard...
45.
No. If you don't extra hard, you the young ones... in charge of you. That's why I can say I'm making this foundation for you. But as I'm making this foundation for you, you should not become lazy. Participate in all the programs. So that us now, we leave this position for you. That's what the government is trying to do here.
We have a caller now.
And this is an emphasis of all political parties. It's on mind of all political parties that we want to give it to you. That's why today we're discussing, because all political parties have a language now. We want to take.
So youth in the UPND is up to the age of 45. As long as they are young, then they fit.
Around 50 years or 60 years. Komenti maenda kumiza huko. Mdala alina 65, 70 years. He's in charge of the young people. And he's running very well.
I think maybe the question, let me simplify it for you, Chimweka. The question is asking is, you've got an office of the youth chairman, all right? Yours is to address the issues surrounding the youth, okay? If I come, I'm 50 years to your office.
Can you attend to me?
Can you attend to me?
By nature of my position, because of the constitution which we have within the party, I'm an MC member. I get in the point, eh? So I'll attend to you. But I will refer to say this one, you can go to the S, but I'll attend to you because I'm a national management and I'm a NEC member. So for me, I'll attend to each and everybody. But specifically, my job is to attend, for sure, most is to young one. You have come to my office there. There are different characters of people who comes there. You have seen women, youth, old people, because it tells leadership. So I'm helping my part. So, but ours is to ensure that a lot of change the young people, the youth they are facing, we are there. For instance, there's a job. Can I get a 50 years? No. I'll go to the one who is 18, 25, 35. We'll do that. And the one who bring papers.
Let's get to speak to a second caller from within Osaka, Joseph. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight's edition of Diamond Live. Go ahead with your question or contribution. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead with your contribution.
Oh, okay. Hello, how are you?
Very, very well.
Yes, Joseph, you can go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear.
All right, this is Daniel Mwale, madam. Whatever you are portraying.
Go ahead, Daniel.
All right. How are you, Chimweka?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you doing, Daniel?
Yeah, the other guy, the other one, your presenter and the Liswaniso.
Yes, boss. How are you, sir?
I'm good. So, I'm very much happy that I can feel like maybe you can get me. This is Daniel Mware right now.
Right, thank you so much, Daniel. I hope he's not calling us from granddaddies. Thank you so much, Daniel, for calling us. But so many issues that we have.
Can you hear me? Because
all right, thank you so. Thank you so much, Daniel, for calling us. The hottest issue the past 2 weeks, Chairman, has been around constitutional amendments. You've heard what political parties have had to say. They've rejected these amendments because also there was no support that the UPND gave to the other amendments that came in 2019, 2020, that's Bill 10. But also the civil society organizations have, some civil society organizations have also rejected. Are you listening to these voices of people that are rejecting these
the responsibility of opposition and civil society and the church leaders is to speak on behalf of the masses. You do checks and balances. The government is to listen. But you should be aware that in our promises to the people of Zambia, we mentioned that when you go to the manifesto of our book there, you can go to see it to tell you that, yes, the European government said, we'll amend Constitution, to look about other clauses which are very important, we can work on to it. Okay? So we are mandated by the people of Zambia to deliver what we promised the people of Zambia. But UPND has never stopped anybody to add, to speak, to say. Let them talk. Even us in opposition, yes, we fought Bill 10 until Parliament there. And Parliament decided. So even the opposition should speak. Let them say, government listening. The battlefield, it will be there in Parliament. So they know or yes. But this government, the good part of it, we have to let people speak. Let's listen very carefully what they're saying. And what are we delivering also at the end of the day? When you say the young people should go on the street, when Akande said you should participate, disabled people, they need to participate. Muzimai should participate, be given an opportunity now that they are able now to run this country. What is wrong with that? Today, as we speak to you, you know that what the opposition is saying through the generation and what the young people now, the young people, they want this. We all political parties, because for me, I tell you, I speak with these opposition leaders, the young ones. They're saying that's the only time we can enter into parliament. That's the time we can participate and to influence a lot of things involving us as young people. So, President Hakainde Hichilema, the good part I've said, the good part of it is doing this for the future. Because when I come here in Ellington, even after 2 or 3 years, we have somebody coming out. Every day. So Hakainde is not singing for today, singing for tomorrow, for the betterment of this nation. That's why most of the young people are happy to hear this. They want it. That's why people now are declaring, I want to stand. This one I want to stand. This one I want to stand. So there is now a debate. That's why even you today, somebody this was often a no. Because it's because the people now are happy.
Are you taking note of this, some of these young people that are declaring they want to contest?
I'm taking, I've said, me under my office, you can ask Bakopela, someone Gwira or Trevor, how young people are coming on board, supporting this, who wants to become members of parliament. That's why that's why I've used this thing, this platform, to tell them now, these are requirements that I want to hear from you. Before I speak to you, when I ask you a question, I should know the words, which is the biggest word. The issue of the voters in those, I should know, you should know.
There's a time you visited the president to give a report on the state of the youth within the party and in the country. Did you speak to him about the need to ensure that young people are adopted in the next election?
It was part of it.
And if it was part of it, what is the number that you gave to the president of the number of youth that you want to see personally as Liswaniso?
For me, we have 156. Number one, first, our target as Upnd in the next election is to get all the constituencies. We're not joking.
What do you mean?
To get 156, yes.
To win all the...
And I repeat, the 2026 is to get all constituencies. That is our number one target. But it goes also with how many of our young people will participate at constituency level. The competition itself, it will tell as we go to say we need this number. And then according to the way they are, then we'll deliver the list. And the list will deliver, it will be fine to say, well, President, this list. Because it's a young generation now. It's young people now. President Hakainde is leading a critical nation. The young people wants today. But if you have seen also, is mentoring the same young people not to think about today, but to think about tomorrow again.
I would also like
That's
to find
a
out
good
from you, Chair, because you've been in politics for a very long time,
Yes.
About 2 decades. You've been in community leadership as well. You interact with people. But I'd like to find out from you, how do people really feel about young people aspiring for these positions? Because you find that maybe in a certain community, maybe even the fellow young people themselves do not believe in each other to vote for each other. And the other people maybe might say that we can't vote for somebody who is younger than us. What will someone who's younger than us? Tell us, how real are these issues within communities?
It is true. It is true. Discipline is very important, whatever you are doing. Respect. You know, leadership is about giving yourself. If people, young people, again, the women, they think going to parliament is to go and make money, you won't manage. There's no money there in parliament. Most of these members of parliament, you are seeing most of them are just suffering. I'm just being genuine here. Most of these members of parliament, they were seeing there, unless it's a business. If you're going to depend, seeing that, you know, nienda parliament manja hapa, nikazi foreign drama. Ni 5 years, choka moja wangala na jangi. It is not easy to lead the people, because the people, they will case you over that city ya WMP. Muntu alina mimba, abwera pa nyumba tina na mimba pano, kwa mwende kuchipata. Sese drama zako. tenge mwana mumulipire pounds. I'm just being genuine here. Those members of parliament are seeing that in problems, most of them. That's why sometimes we go in a constituency. So it's about giving yourself to the community, whatever you have. That's why I keep on saying this thing is a calling. Politics is about calling. It's not easy. It's not an easy job.
As we conclude,
what you are seeing there, when I'm lambo takata, as I go to Milan to 01 phone. Lero wampa Sandra mumtanizira ndenda pachipano kamba ati uja MP wao yo. Usazo ndabangati. Waenda mchecho eta donate. Maro chechi ndeka kamba stimu funa omaya. It's not an easy, don't be cheated. It's not an easy thing. But you need to have a heart, calmness, get what, because you cannot please everybody. That is number one.
As a conclusion,
your job is ensure that clinic ilipo, school ilipo, kagrave wantu wapita, you attend to people on a daily. But things which comes in the office of an MP, area councillor, mayor, there are things which don't even, there's not supposed even to do. But if you just make a mistake, don't do it, they'll vote you out again.
As we conclude, Chairman, you are quoted in the media of advising ministers to always be accompanied by party members whenever they're inspecting government projects. I would like to find out what the basis of this reasoning was.
I know we use examples, and I keep on saying that when you're communicating sometimes, you need to be hard. When I use that word to the ministers, direct everybody, we party leadership, I mean it. There's no, because that's a word which you do within even civil servants themselves. A civil servant will tell you, come, government comes and go. They will tell you that we have seen ministers here. It's telling you something, it's communicating there. They are not loyal to a political party or to you as a minister. They are loyal to a system. They are professional. But because they are good, they are able to tell you, for you, for us to implement this manifesto, this vision, you, the owners of the party, should be there checking what we are doing. Here is a nurse telling Liswaniso, have you been in this clinic? Where is your watcher? This is a nurse is asking. Take interest about this, what is happening here. He say, "Sema civil servant chabe." If it says in a government over the day, but you need to go and campaign to the people there. Are you getting the point? Now, if here is a minister is going to commission a borehole, he's leaving a party leadership who's supposed to go, because they stay in that community. That after I end the minister and a civil servant, this now group of leaders, they should talk about this issue on a daily basis. A civil servant have told me before. This one is, if it's a businessman, which is true. The profession have no problem with it. This is their language. If the language I use is their language, they know that. But we as politicians, even he doesn't understand politics. No problem. But politics, I want to tell you that a civil servant is loyal to the system. The civil servant will tell you that Muzawi in 2026, if there are campaigners, I don't think UPN today would have been in government. But campaigners has been the party to reach out to the civil servant to vote for UPND. So when it comes to implementation of project, whatever we are doing, the party will be carried on and check. I'm not saying to beat anybody, to insult anybody, but the message which is coming back to us, for me it is dangerous. So I'm reminding my colleagues who have been given an opportunity to serve in government that always in Ghana, there was a PS was in Western Province. He called an MP. MP calls it, but leadership, let's go. Kuli problem ya man's kuli oko. Fayangana pa. After I end the PS, call the community to update them about the issue. The civil servant has no time for that. The civil servant is just to implement what you want. But in terms of selling the information, it is us. So those who want to call, hey, then you're not a politician. But me, what I've told you, a real politician has told me that. So you know, come nivazona. So ini chito ya tiyo yanga na anzato. Tibakonda, nama tivotera. But we, as party leaders, together with our colleagues, PSS, every influential position, and I repeat, every influential position, we need to work together. And help who? President Chileshe.
Chairman Liswaniso, thank you so much for making time to be with us on tonight's edition of Diamond Live.
And we are kudali seni adase charichos. My youth wonse tensenze pamoja. Time yafika.
Well, there you have it. We're speaking to the UPND's National Chairman, Gilbert Liswaniso. On behalf of the entire production crew, thank you so much for watching. Next up is the Stephen Perry Show. Enjoy watching.